This episode is dedicated to our brother Anthony, the founder of Sneaker Glove. We miss you. We love you, bro. Thank you for everything. A moment of silence for you.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Adam,
You already know it's your boy Julito.
and we are For the Culture NYC. We got a very, very special guest in the building. He's a triple OG, right? He's on the Source magazine, Hip Hop Weekly. He was the editor for the Iconz. He's one of the classical twos, one half. Give it up for my boy K-Boon.
Peace,
What's up, bro?
peace. Thank y'all brothers for inviting me to the show, man.
Definitely, I appreciate it, man.
Get a chance to build.
So we're gonna get right into it. We might as well.
That's right.
I've heard about you for a long time. I met you through Julito, and you showed me a lot of things. You know what I mean? I always tell people you mentored me in a way. You had me write editorials for you. You know, for the Source magazine, you brought me out there. Hip Hop Weekly, Dave Mays, all those people, and it was just out of love. You know what I mean? And we were like this, so I thought maybe this was the best person for the job to get this done was you, because you are the community. You know what I mean?
Right.
You have a outreach program that you do. I am my community. I definitely want to talk about that in a little bit, but I want to get to the beginning. So, what part of Creston are you from, and how did you come? How'd you come here?
Well, you know, I'm
Were you
from,
born here?
Nah, I wasn't born on Creston.
No, I Creston. Were you born in New
I
York
was
in the
born
Bronx?
Yeah, I'm Bronx, born. 53 years in the boogie down Bronx. I was born on Clay Avenue.
Clay. Okay.
In 167 in 1968. And then from there, my family moved to Grant Avenue. Not Grant, but Grant. Like
Okay.
on the Grant in 167, we stayed over there. That's where Savage Skulls, Savage Nomans, the Black Spades, they had gangs out there at that time, the Chingalings. So it was like a different whole lifestyle. And I was like, I stayed there until I was like 4. And then we moved to 170 in Morris Avenue, across the street from Taft High School. I stayed there until I was 10. 170 crew, 9 crew, Webster Ave, Walsh Ave, College Avenue, that area. But we lived on Morris, but all that, we all hung out together. So
Now, when you came
that's
here,
all the crew.
when you came to Creston, how old were you?
I came up here in 1978.
Okay.
I was 10 years old.
So 1978, you were 10 years old.
Yeah.
When did you start getting into liking music or wanting to be a rapper, be in hip hop? How did that start? Did that start before you got older, became a teenager, and then you were out here doing your thing, or was it before that, before you were when you were a kid?
Well, it transpired because, I'm coming from the South Bronx. Out there, there was already DJing and, coming from the South Bronx already, there was already DJing. So I was already aware of Kool Herc and the Herculoids, the Dillinger crew, and things like that. They used to have jams in Taft High School. They used to have jams that we used to go to on Woody Crest, Ogden, and all that back in the days. So I was already familiar with the hip hop scene, but I was carrying crates at the time. You had to carry crates to get down.
Old school.
Yeah, brothers used to pick you up and spin you around to clear the crowd. Now you be like, yo, brother, you clear the crowd with you? Like, shit sound crazy, but back in the days, you the little dude that you back up behind the yellow, the tapes, and they swung you around. And I was really getting into a little break dancing and all that when I was over there. But now when I moved up here in 1978, it was none of that up here. Because I came up here, it was all Italians, Albanians, Yugoslavians, Irish people. It wasn't really no black and Hispanics up here on Creston Avenue. So it was a different whole scenery. There was like everybody was playing house music up here.
House
and then
music.
a brother named DJ Philly Phil moved in my building in 2546. And he lived right on top of me. He had all the equipment in the world. And then he had a whole bunch of MCs, him, Shazam, they had Manny, they had their little crew, Merc and all them. So I started carrying records again with them.
Yeah.
And then from there, the hip hop scene started coming up here a little bit.
All right.
With
So
Cass and them living
with
up
the
here.
classical two, how was that formed? Were you guys friends already? Did somebody say, hey, I think you guys should work with each other? How'd that happen?
it's crazy, you know, like they say, you know, your moms and them know better, your parents know better. When I was coming up, like I was into, like I'm coming from 170 moving up here, so things was like a little quiet for me up here than compared to down there. That's why my mom's moved up here. So I was running all around doing a whole bunch of things, and LeBrew, who's my partner in classical too, was up
LA.
here. Yeah, he was up here doing karate, him and Cisco. So I really ain't mess with them a lot. Like, man, these dudes doing all this karate, and they, you know, I'm not with all that.
Yeah,
you know, I'm over here doing a whole bunch of different things. You know, brothers snatching chains at that time. You know, brothers is doing a whole bunch of different things.
Old school Bronx.
Yeah, you know, the old school Bronx.
Yeah.
So I happened to get locked up in the juvenile center. Yeah.
Juvenile.
So at that time, you know, I happened to get locked up in the juvenile center, and they sent me up to Tryon. And up there, I was with Mike Tyson and all us was up there at that time. You know, we still was some badass kids.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and I was up there for about 18 months at that time. And I came home, and my moms were taking me to Kingbridge up to the store. You know, get a little Chinese food and all that. Just came out, treated brother good. And I walked by, I seen the Brew in them. You know, I really wasn't talking to the brother because I really ain't deal with them like that.
Yeah.
So I walked by, and my mother was like, "Yo, you ain't gonna go back and tell that boy nothing?" Like, you know, yeah, I seen him. She said, "Yo, you know, them dudes that you hang out with every day, none of them wasn't really asking about you." She said, "Every day I walked out this building, that kid asked me about you. Every single day." Came back, you know, told the brother thank you, and from there we just built a bond, and from that bond we just kept that bond. You know.
You remember the first song you guys recorded together?
We just used to battle every day, man. We was dudes that we felt that the only way we could get better if we battle each other.
Okay.
So we used to go to so many events and contests. We was in like the Disco Fever contest where they had the Fat Boys and Run DMC and all that.
So you were
And
performing
we
with
won.
those guys.
Yeah, and we used to win these contests, you know, back in the days, you know, they was already past us. So it was like different eras of dudes, like Joe Ski Love and all them was out, and, you know, brothers like that, you know, Dana Dane and, you know, brothers like that in that era. But we used to go to all them contests and win the contests, but we never win as a group. And then one day, DJ Brucie B seen us in, as a matter of fact, it was DJ Starchild. He happened to see us like, "Yo, y'all a group?" And we like, "Yeah, we a group." Like, oh shit! You know what I'm saying? Because both of us is winning all these contests solo.
Yeah.
So he introduced us to Brucie B.
Okay.
And then from there, you know, Brucie B brought us to the rooftop. And that same day we went to the rooftop, Teddy Riley, Gusto, Greg Marius, everybody was there. Cool G, you know, the whole crew was there.
So how is it that Teddy Riley agreed or just said, you know what, I like you guys, let's do something together? Because Teddy Riley's Teddy Riley.
Well, at that time, you know, Teddy Riley wasn't Teddy Riley. You know, Teddy Riley was just a dude that was selling cell phones. You know what I'm saying? He was out selling cell phones, to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
he was doing the Master P?
Yeah, he was doing the Master P. He
Okay.
wasn't doing nothing, zero.
Yeah.
And then when Brucie B brought us to the studio, it wasn't even a studio yet. They just brought us upstairs in the rooftop. They didn't have no equipment or nothing. So, you know, us being from the Bronx, LeBrew always was good at banging. So he used to bang on tables and all that. So he started banging on the wall. And me and him started hitting routines on them and started, you know, we started spitting our routines back to back and doing all types of things like that. And
And
it was like, oh man.
Who were your label mates?
Well, before, you know, they didn't have no label yet.
Okay.
It was nothing.
Okay.
It was a skating ring.
Got it.
You know, he brought us up there that day. Then Teddy said, "Yo, I got a beat," but the beat wasn't for us. The beat was for the "We're at the party, we're at the party." That's not the Crash Crew. The beat was for the Crash Crew. But when they gave it to them, you know what I'm saying? But Teddy was like, "Yo, and them," you know what I'm saying? Cool G and all them, Greg Marius and all them. They was like, "Let's give the beat to both them and to them, and we see who make a better record overnight."
Yeah.
So that night, you know what I'm saying, I used to write in the bathroom, man, because I got sisters and all that. So, you know, I can't keep the light on all night.
Yeah.
So I went in the bathroom, man, I came up with, I don't know how I came up with it. I just came up with, you know, rap's new generation. I was tired of all the, what's your zodiac sign, you know, what type of jeans you wear. You know, everybody say hip hop, the dibbity, skibbity, doo wop. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I study mathematics every day. I'm not gonna be saying hip hop, Scooby Doo. You know what I'm saying? On and on to the popcorn. You know, I gotta step this up.
Yeah.
So by going through that, you know, I came up with rap's new generation. We're gonna take this to a whole nother level, and we're gonna start dropping some knowledge, and we're gonna start making things, you know, make some sense in this.
Yeah.
You know, show what hip hop really is about. And we brought it back the next day. LeBrew wrote his 2 verses, I wrote mine. We went back the next day, they heard ours, they heard theirs, and even they agreed. They was like, nah, get them the beat. So from there, you know, we went in the studio, made Rap's New Generation.
Now, once that happened, how did you guys start promoting it? What was, you know, what type of work did you guys have to do as artists? Because nowadays, everybody's digital, you know, it's all over the internet. You can get seen within a couple minutes.
Well, you know,
how was that process with you guys back then?
Well, you know, back then it was different, man. It was like we used to have to go on promotional tours, which means like you went to the colleges, because at the time, you know, still to today, the college people was the one who really spent money for records. So we focused on that. And we used to travel and go to all the colleges and just do promotional tours. And while you're doing a promotional tour in the college, you know, the town will pick you up. Oh, we need you to do 2 shows tonight over here and over here. You know what I'm saying? Then you go on the radio and do the radio joint. We used to do the mall walk through the mall, meet and greet people.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they done burnt that because people that come out now, they talking about, oh, I got an op here and I got an op down there and I got this, that, and that.
Yeah.
So they made that, you can't walk through the mall. If they walk through the mall, they got beef.
Yeah.
You may not make it out. Some rappers even got killed in the mall and coming out
crazy.
the mall.
That's crazy.
You know, that was one of our promotional tools. When you go to town, we gotta hit the mall. Because we gotta meet everybody. And that's where everybody's at, in the mall. And we'd go in the mall, we'd set up and walk around, yo, hey, yo. And the first store we see that sell any type of tape or mixtape, we in there.
Yeah.
We introduce ourselves to them. They already got our record. If they don't, they'll order it right then and there. And yo, what y'all do some signings? People come in, we sign the autographs for them, sign the records, and we greeted and meet the fans. Later on that night, whatever, you know, one of the biggest clubs, we want y'all to come over and do a party here. We do a show.
You remember the clubs that were open back then?
Oh man, you know, we went to so many, man, but I like to give a shout out to you know, Baltimore. We went to the Godfreys in Baltimore, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, so many clubs, man, you know what I'm saying? The Dominique Wilkins Club out in Houston. Like it was so many, you know, we traveled everywhere, man. You know, we especially the colleges, you know, Union, Virginia, I like to give them a big shout out.
Yeah, so you guys were around.
Yeah, you know, so in New York, we did everything. You know, in New York, we was in S&S, we was in the Rooftop,
Rooftop.
We was in Latin Quarters, we was in the Zodiac, we was in the After Dark, we was in Limelight, we was anywhere that it was music at. It was in New York City. You know?
So all my life, I've heard of something called New Jack Swing, right?
Okay.
I didn't know what it was. I you know, you think, okay, it's just a new, you know, something new, right?
Yeah.
I always heard Teddy Riley's name in the New Jack Swing, so I thought it's Teddy Riley. You know what I mean? You think New Jack Swing, that's the person you think of, right?
Yes.
Then I found out that you're the one that coined it.
Yeah.
You're
not
the
the
New
one
Jack
that coined
Swing.
it.
You're not the one that
Somebody else coined it,
Okay.
but I'm the one that invented it.
You invented it.
And somebody else.
What is that? What's
Well,
the New Jack Swing?
The New Jack Swing is the new generation.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And when I came in with the new generation was me and the whole flow of people that was coming behind me. Because don't forget, on this block right here, I'm the one that started Brand Nubian.
Yeah.
Right here on this block.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Them dudes was coming from New Rochelle. They came out here to meet me with Key to Weed. You know, I'm the one who brought them to the Rooftop. I'm the one who, then I got locked up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was a whole bunch of other people. I had Tony T with me. We had Cool Ron Assassin with us. You know what I'm saying? We had a whole flow of other people coming with us. You know, you even go and you look at Eric B and Rakim. When you look at his joint and he doing his joint paid in full, you see he got the Rap's New Generation. He did the video underneath my joint.
Okay.
They highlighted it as soon as it came on, Rap's New Generation. It's a whole new generation. Teddy tried to exile us and try to create his own entity, but still using our style and our flow. So somebody else coined it, the New Jack Swing, when you look at the people that's actually doing it, is us. Now we take it to 2021, which is today. Now, if Teddy was so New Jack Swing, where's your new stuff? I got new records out still, to today. It's still originality from the original.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Because when it come down to it, Teddy thought that the New Jack Swing only consists of music, and that's what it didn't.
Yeah.
And that's why he's done. You know, the New Jack Swing consists of the New Jack everything, from clothes, from movies, from books. You know what I'm saying? From right now, I got the community, the nonprofit organization helping the kids, basketball tournaments. You know what I'm saying? We never played out because we never was in. Because it's the New Jack Swing. Which means that we got to always keep something new coming in.
Yeah.
So you always got to have something new coming in. You know what I'm saying? That's the part that he missed.
Yeah.
And that's why we didn't only try to do it ourselves. He tried to do it by himself. You got to add the whole entity into it. Like right now, what we doing right now, this is new.
Yeah.
But it's still us.
Yeah.
So this is a part of the same swing. You know what I'm saying?
And what's going on with LA?
You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, man. You know, my brother passed away, man. LeBrew passed away in 93.
93.
Yeah, man. You know, that was painful, man, until today. Because if LeBrew would have been here right now, we'd have been everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was the one who really was into it. Because like I said, you know, I was doing a whole bunch of other things. And still be doing a whole bunch of other things. But to hip-hop and to the rap, he was just...
Yeah.
And he know I'm with him 100%. So, you know, we'd have more albums out. We'd have been doing a lot of more touring and stuff like that. You know, that's a guaranteed fact.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Like, you know, I got a real big story, man. That's like a real story to me with this gentleman right here, K-Bone. I remember I was about like 14 years old. I grew up gambling, always gambling, doing what I'm doing to get money to gamble. One day I was on 182nd and Creston. About $2,400, I remember. I'm playing with a bunch of guys from 182nd. You know, I'm from 193 in Creston. I'm out there gambling. They win all my money. I'm out there gambling for like 2 hours with them. At the end of the result, they wind up taking all my money. After they take all my money gambling, here goes K-Bone walking up the block fast. So as I see K-Bone walking up the block fast, he come up to me, because everywhere K-Bone ever seen me at, he always been one to, what's going on, what you doing here, what's going on, always making sure I'm good, checking on me as being a young bro to him. So I tell him, damn, K, I lost all my money, man, these dudes got me. He said, what? He tells me, get the bank back. I get the bank. He like, give me the bank. I ain't got no more money left, no more money left, no more money left. He like, get the bank back. I get the bank back. He puts his money in the bank. He starts shooting, winning, winning. I'm rooting for him. At the end of it all, he popped the whole game. He beats everybody for their money. After he beat everybody for their money, he winds up coming. Julito, come in. I go to him. So I'm thinking maybe he gonna throw me something. He took all the money, maybe about $3,000. Here, take this money. I said, what you want me to do with it? He said, that's for you. He said, get back to the block. So, you know me, I put the money in my pocket. I'm flying back to the block. I'm happy as shit, like, maybe K-Bone gonna come later on, tell me give him half or whatever. But he ain't even do that. He just said, that's for you. Then I seen him days later after that. He said, damn, man, you was looking sour than a lemon. I said, damn, you right, man. So then I wound up coming, man. I gave him a hug, I remember. And that was like real big to me, man, because I thought like, you know, this was money that wasn't even mine. I used to gamble, you know, the pack. So I had to respond for that. But he gave me back every dollar from it, man. And you know, just saying that story showed me, man, that he always been a big bro to me and my best interest. Always looked out for all the young dudes, me. Rest in peace to my brother Ralphie. Always took care of me and Ralphie. Would see me and Ralphie anywhere. You know, some guys give you $1, $2. K-Bone a $50 bill. Make sure y'all both take 25, 25. You know, like, he's just always been a big bro to me, man. Like, you know, and to have him here with us right now, with all the projects he got going for him and all that, is like a real big pleasure to have him here with us.
Oh, man, yo, look, I remember that day like yesterday, man.
What's going on, world? This is your boy Adam from FTC NYC. Want to give a big shout out to my boy Fujimoto, our sponsor. Make sure y'all go pick that up ASAP.
Was down the block, and being that I'm from Creston, on the Creston side, when I be on the third, everybody knew that. So at that time, I used to be scraping everybody in dice. So they couldn't wait to get one off on me. So they couldn't get that one. I was over on the other side chilling, minding my business, man. They came over there, yeah. yeah, we got your man on the other side. We done tore him up. But they ain't tell me who. So I'm like, who y'all done tore up? They like, yeah, we done tore your man up. So they ain't tell me who. I walked all the way from Davidson all the way to Crescent. I'm on Davidson and 183rd. I walk all the way to 182nd. I see Julito against the wall, against the car sitting there, looking like he got jumped. I'm like, yo, what's up, man? Brother was looking sad, man. I said, yo, what happened to you, man? Yo, man, they took all my money. Looked around, everybody bragging and boasting. I got something for you. At that time, my hand was hot, man. You know what I'm saying? My hand was hot all over. Anybody will tell you that. I was going shutting down gambling spots. Got on the dice, he got the head crack, put the dice in my hand. It was over. Tore him up.
I ain't gonna lie, he threw about 6 head cracks after that, back to back. They looking at the dice, checking the dice and all that. I said, nah, those are the same ones that y'all beat me with.
Hey, yo, look, at that time, I used to have a little saying. When the game started, I used to be like, yo, when I finish with y'all gonna swear to God these are trick dice. And when the games used to be over, brothers used to be like, nah, those the same dice you went and bought. Let's throw them joints across the street, man. Yeah, I remember that day, man. Word up. Yeah, you was sad that day.
I was happy when I left. Put my money back in, PC.
Yo, look, right after that, I went right back to the other side. I went right back to Davidson. Brothers was mad. Like, damn, this brother just came and scraped us. He didn't take it down.
And they
Broke out. Yeah, take all that. You had that. Get your little ass up the block, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going back to the other side, man. What the hell you even doing down here by yourself? You was all the way down there by yourself.
Looking for the game.
Looking for a dice game.
That Smitty
You found one, all right.
Smitty put that shit into my blood. I tell that nigga that all the time.
Hey, yo, look, you found the dice game all right, huh?
K-Ball, man, I heard that used to hang out with the Murphys, Eddie Murphy and Charlie Murphy, and used to be all up in their house and you knew them. I always wanted to ask you, like, how did you meet these people? How did you get so close to be in their house with them?
Oh, man, you know, that's when we first started making Raps New Generation. You know, we was at the studio at that time. We used to go over
Rest
to
in peace, Charlie Murphy.
Yeah, rest in peace, Charlie. We used to go to Teaneck, New Jersey, and at that time it was Vernon Murphy. He had a crew name the K9 Posse. So we used to go down there. You know what I'm saying? They had a studio in there too. When we used to go in there, you know, his mom's always say me and Eddie used to look alike at that time. You know, and you know, we just go down there, crack some jokes, hang out. But Eddie wasn't really big at that time. You know, it was really Vernon and the K9 Posse at that time. This is like 87. So that was early time. Big shout out to their whole family. Had some good times, you know. They always had some good music. They had their little joint, K9 Posse. I remember y'all. Big shout out.
I remember, man, when I was young, man, you know, K-Ball to me, man, always been legendary, man. Like, you know, as holding his own outside of the street, biggest beefs with name brand people. We ain't gonna mention no names, but they know who they are, and they know what the legend brings. But I remember a story, man, one time with K-Ball. I came outside about 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm outside, and I see K-Ball. And I got like a little nervous because some of the dudes that he used to be beefing with were the older dudes that I used to be with. But I know K-Ball all my life, always been cool with me, go with me. But you know, in a situation like that, you don't know who's who, and you don't know what's going on. So I would see K-Ball come around, and when K-Ball would come around, I was young, I'll just be like, I'm there. If he's gonna do what he's gonna do to me, he's gonna do it. But it walk right by me like nothing, say what's up, and just do what he does. Yeah. You dig what I'm saying? That's one thing, and like, that really showed me like the love he had for me and my brother. Rest in peace to Ralphie. You know, my brother's not here, but you know, that's a dude that always been with me, raised with me. Me and K-Ball seen us, me and him coming up through the trenches. But K-Ball always showed me that, man. And growing up in life, I took shit like that to notice. I took stuff like that to notice that just because a problem don't mean that you actually in the problem. And that's what made me a man with my dignity and everything I got. That's like, if I'm beefing with you, don't mean I'm gonna see a sister do something or nobody that got the beef. He beefing with who he beefing with. Right. So he always showed me that. So when I would see him around, I would always be like nothing. I just mind my business. I wouldn't say I seen K-Ball here, I wouldn't play no sides of the fence. That showed me how to grow up to be a man. I used a lot of pointers like that when I was outside, growing up in the trenches, in the street and stuff, to make me the man who I was, you know, a man who I am today. Like, so a lot of principles and morals I learned from this gentleman right here. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, he my top 5 in the hood, dead or alive, for real, to tell you good or bad, but this my brother right here. You know, he showed me a lot of principles and morals. When I was young, like I said, he gave me money. These are things I did when I was younger. I came home from doing 120 months in the feds. A lot of kids that I looked out for and showed love to was the same ones that when I came out, they always had only good things to say about me and good things, and these are things that you remember. You know, I wasn't no asshole. I wasn't like I was the shit. I always show love because this is what a man like him, rest in peace to my man Lou, showed me that too. You know, you treat people good, they'll always come back. And you know, it's just life, like things that showed me how to, principles and morals basically, that showed me how to be who I am today. You know, like K-Bone always been the type of dude involved in this, involved in that, handling his business with beef or whatever. Like I said earlier, got in beef with the best of them, you know. Never told, never nothing sloppy, nobody could say about him. Right now, he's doing a little situation for the community with the people, doing what he got to do, helping the people, stopping violence, stopping beef. You know, one of the first generation, one of the first real rappers in my hood that I could say was a real rapper.
So it's always important, man. You know, in life, you're always supposed to be a gentleman before you could be a gangster, before you even think about being a gangster. You know, and that go back to things like morals and things that you taught from a youth. Each one teach one. You know, you see when you see the old movies back in the days, you see people sold drugs, they did whatever they did. But on Sundays, they went, oh, I gotta go take my mother out to eat. Sunday, they went to church. You know, so it was a separation between things. You know, where nowadays, people just wanna be gangster hard all day, every day. You know, you could even take it to when we was young, if you came on the block and there was 5 people there, and you say, yo, who the dancer over here? Somebody will jump up and say, I'm nice, ain't nobody can take me out. Who can sing? Somebody will jump up, I can sing. You ask somebody else, yo, I can rap. Somebody else could DJ. Somebody else could draw out of them 5 people. You walk up to 5 people right now, and you be like, yo, what's up? Who a singer? Yo, I ain't no singer. Oh, I ain't no rapper. I'm a gangster. It can't, 5 people is impossible for all 5 of y'all to be gangsters. And that's why you end up with people being in situations where people telling on each other, where people end up backstabbing each other, because you shouldn't be in that situation that you in anyway, because you're not a part of that. Everybody got to play their role.
You know, as being my top 5 contained of a lot of things. Like, top 5 to me was like how when I was younger, I'm running around, K-Bone would go and give me, yo, here, take that little 25. Like, that would make me feel being young. 12 years old with $25. Oh shit, I just at that time even started buying weed. I got a nickel, I got some food. You know, like just the feeling that I felt when he gave me the money was something that taught me growing up and doing with younger kids. I know, cause I came up to be, you know what I'm saying, well known, well respected in my hood. I did 120 months. I ain't tell, paperwork clean. Nobody can ever say anything bad about me, thanks God. You know, cause these are the guys that I was raised with that taught me certain stuff and tools that I've learned to use from going to prison, from coming out from prison, being in the street, being in circumstances, being in situations. So, you know, fairly known, this man know me all my life. He ain't never hear anything bad about me, knowing how to take care of my family, my kids, you know, my love, like he said earlier, about it's not just being a gangster, it's about being, you know, a gentleman, and gentleman contain of family, being a good friend, being loyal. So by that situation, like the way he made me feel, when I got a little older and started doing what I was doing, I said, damn, I know by me giving this kid some money or looking out for him, because it's looking out, not that you're buying anybody, but looking out, I know he gave me that feeling, and I grew up to be a good, I grew up to be an ace. So damn, this little kid right here, you know, this made his day right here. Right. Gave him a little $20, probably he was hungry, got something to eat. Probably anything, you know, that could hold him down. And K-Bone always been like that to me. Since I was a young, like, the love, I would see K-Bone, I'm a little young kid, all over, like he said earlier, looking for dice. Can you catch me? Catch him there, he's always been there. So this is why I put him as one of my top 5 and in the street, you know, who can relate to the street, well known, respected. You can't say like he was beefing with the older guys. I was 15 years old. I'm in front of the building. He went and shot at me. You know, so those are things that I've learned about morals, principles, respect, not having to do with you. You know, he knows I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't never try to do no under the table thing on him. Like he never tried to do it on me, and he always let me know that. And these are principles that I learned growing up. Not that I got a situation with you, so I see your sister, I'ma slap her. Because those ain't what gangsters do, those ain't what gentlemen do. My beef ain't with you, my beef with your brother. So why would I go and beef with you?
And that's a blessing, because yo, you know what I'm saying? This brother I know, since the scratch. Yeah, I'm talking about the scratch, you and Ralphie.
Yeah.
Like these dudes is like little dudes, you know what I'm saying? I'm older than them, but at the same token, you know, one hand washed the other. So just like the older brothers, and me coming from like 170 was different. So the older brothers looked out for us.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
even
no,
when
definitely.
we came out, we had to look out for the younger brothers. And even though, like he said, nowadays brothers don't do that. And it was important what he said.
Yeah.
I had beef with the older dudes that was down with them.
Yeah.
But that was the older dudes.
Yeah.
They ain't had nothing to do with y'all.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, brothers want to come out and you got beef with this dude, and it's on for everybody.
Yeah.
How's it on for everybody? Everybody ain't offended you. Everybody didn't do nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? Now, if everybody put themselves in the situation, then that's what everybody hand called for.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that, you're not supposed to jump out the window like that. One hand always wash the other, man. You're always supposed to look out for the younger generation coming up, regardless to what you are doing and what are, you always look out for the younger people. Yeah, I started off under Rooftop. So, Rooftop Records. So under there, I was the first one, me and LeBrew, the Classical 2. We came out with Rap's New Generation, but we also had Kumo D came through with Go See the Doctor. We had Heavy D, Mr. Big Stuff. We had Cool Ron, Assassin. Yeah, we had Tony T. We had, and then we got down with Jive. On Jive, we had Kumo D, the Boogie Down Production, Too Short, Jazzy Jeff, the Fresh Prince, Cool C, Steady B, the Cookie Crew, Billy Ocean, Samantha Fox, Kumo D was on there too. We had my boys Houdini, the OGs. We even had Miss Melody down with us. D Nice was on there. So we had a nice crew on both labels. That's one thing I can honestly say. And I'm gonna piggyback on the story that Julito was speaking about with the dice game. I'm on the block minding my business. I'm getting my hustle on at the time.
Okay.
But I'm all the way down the block. But being that I'm from this area and I scrape them all the time, they can't wait to get one back on me.
Yeah.
So regardless of who they get it back on,
Yeah.
he's
You always
associated with
busting
me,
their ass.
they got me.
Yeah.
So I'm on the upper side, they come down the block. Yeah, we just did your man dirty. We just did the little dude dirty. So I'm like, who?
No, they talk
and
shit.
they didn't even tell me who. Go to 192nd, go to 182nd. You will see who.
Yeah.
I'm on 183rd at the time. Let me go around here and see what go down. So now I get around there, if they did them dirty and they brag and they got big stacks of money with them, I gotta look for the dude with the saddest face
the
out
one
that I
tight.
know.
Yeah.
I said, get the bank back, I'm gonna get all your money back. He got the bank back, it was on for him. That was it.
That was it.
Game of it. Head crack, head crack, head crack, 6 and 5. Let me get all that.
Yeah.
Now I can go back to my block, finish doing what I'm doing. Yo, go home. Here go your money back. See you, man.
And profit, don't
Word,
forget.
see you. Yeah. Take all this. See you. You know what I'm saying? And you was on a spree of gambling over there at that time. Everybody keep on telling me, and then I'm doing what I'm doing. But I got to keep coming back to make sure he all right. But them dudes is wilding over there all the time.
No.
It ain't really normal like that over there. You know what I'm saying? So I got to keep going back and forth. Like, man, you out of here. You know what I'm saying? But take the knot with you too.
Big bro,
I wanna ask you about something, K-Born, something that I've heard about for many years. I just want you to tell me about a movie that I heard, all right? About a nice gunfight that happened. People on the roof shooting down. Did that happen, and what was that? How did that movie even transpire?
Like, so many things happen, man. I gotta, like...
The roof down. That's what I heard, which is like the craziest shit in the world.
Well, you know, man, scared people do scared things, man.
Yeah.
So, you know, all right. When you really look at things, scared people do scared things. And one of my uncles, believe it or not, one of my uncles, who was my mother's brother, I never got to meet him, but the year that I was born, that's the way he died.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They called him in South Carolina. And when he went somewhere, he looking around like, what the hell's going on? And he was on top of the roof and shot him down too. You know what I'm saying? So scared people do scared things. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of things you don't find out until certain things happen. Like with that situation, I never knew that until somebody was in court.
Really?
And I went to court to go support the person that was on trial. And that was the person who actually was on the roof shooting down at me.
Wow.
So when you know, and I never heard that until somebody was snitching on him on the stand. It was like, yeah, it was a day when he was doing, I wanted to jump over there and beat him down. Because I'm like, I'm standing here to support you, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
And you doing sucker shit like that? But Allah work in mysterious ways, because I'm sitting here right now.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
No, that's a fact.
And because of when Shorty snitched on him and everybody snitched on all the stuff he doing, that man is...
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was there to support him.
No, that's crazy. So how did you get into the Source magazine? How were you even able to write these editorials?
Well, you know, me being from the street and then me being from like traveling a lot, I already knew everybody. And then carrying records as a youth for the DJs. And then carrying records for all the people who want to carry records.
Yeah, nobody.
So they already got somebody. So I knew all the DJs. They're like, oh, yeah, the little man to carry some records with us.
Yeah.
Oh, call him.
Yeah.
So I already knew. As a matter of fact, I was with Mean Gene yesterday. I already knew DJ Mean Gene. I knew all the DJs. DJ Cool Her. I knew every DJ. Then when I made Rap Speak Generation, I knew Ray Benzino. Okay. From when him and his crew was getting down. You know, Boston was getting on at that time. They had Ed O.G. Yeah, they had Ed O.G. and the Bulldogs out at that time. You know what I'm saying? They had Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. You know, they had a little crews out there. Ray them was out there. Him and Jeff 2 times, Dell and all them. So I knew them. So then one of my other little young brothers from 183rd took me to an event that they was having for the Source magazine. So I got in there and Ray Benzino he introduced me to Dave Mays. And he asked me,
Yo, Benzino,
yo.
What's going on, man?
Yo, what up, boy?
I got a
Peace, God.
I got a real special friend here, man.
What up, the skateboard, man? I know I got the dreads, maybe looking a little different on you. I'm chilling, man. Word up. What up, God? Yo, maintaining, God. We over here doing a little podcast with them, man. You know,
got Benzino on the phone.
Magazine.
Loving hip hop.
Doing it, how I got down with that joint. Yeah, you know, with the Iconz and all that, man. That's my brother right there, man. Yeah, his phone died out.
His phone died.
Yeah, his phone.
Ray
hey,
Benzino.
Next time y'all charging up them batteries, charge his brother phone up too, man.
Word.
Somebody please, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but a big shout out to Ray Benzino, man. You know, who's just right there speaking to us. But that's how that went down. Yeah, but anyway, you know, I went down with my boy Bush. We went to the club because Ray then was doing something for the Sauce. So I bumped into Ray. It was like, you know, family reunion. This is my boy. Oh, you know, we excited to see each other because I ain't seen him since way back in the days, you know. So he asked me, he introduced me to Dave Mays, and then he asked me, he said, yo, man, you know, I'm down with the Source magazine, you know, I own half of it, this is my partner, blah, 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 you know, he told me the whole big thing. Yeah. And being I'm at their party, he expected I was there like to celebrate, not knowing I just went there with Bush. So he said, do you read my magazine? I was like, nah. You know, it's my boy, I don't lie. I said, no. So he was like, why not? Because I said, every time I look at it, I see all these new dudes. I see Jay-Z, Nas, I see all these dudes. I don't never see nothing but the old school dudes. Yeah. And we the ones who invented this. Yeah. So he was like, all right. We left it at that. I ain't seen him for like another 6 months. I bumped into him again. So, you know, I'm like, yo, what up, Ray? So he asked me, he said, yo, man, so you wrote the articles? And, you know, I took that as, I was pissed off, man. I'm like, what?
No, I get it.
I said, man, I ain't no writer, man. What you asking me about, bro? He said, yo, you want the old school dudes in there, right? All right, so write it.
Just like that.
And one-on-one hit me. You know, like he said, you know, me and him as brothers, man. We know each other. He said, as long as I got a job, you got a job, bro.
Yeah.
Write it. And from there, I went straight in effect. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
And I did that for years. I did that for like 6, 7 years. I did 3 pages.
My situation was crazy because when I was doing my bid, Adam told me, yo, K-Bon's in the sauce. So
Yeah.
I get the sauce, I'm looking through it, I don't see K-Bon.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing, like, every issue that I'm getting,
Iconz.
old school rappers.
Yeah.
So when I come to find out, I start reading. As you know, when you know anybody that can relate when you're in that situation, especially in that box and that magazine comes, you read
Everything.
Every end, front to back.
From brochures to giveaways to
you know who's selling boats in
Yeah.
India.
You know who's selling boats in India. So I'm reading every little piece by piece, and on the bottom, I see K-Bon. But I'm like, the source is worldwide.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's big.
K-Bon, the only K-Bon I ever knew in my life is this man right here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wait, hold up, is this K-Bon, maybe that's what Adam's talking about. Next episode came, K-Bon again. I get out the box, I call Adam up. I'm like, yo, Adam, man, I got 30 magazines here. I haven't seen one of K-Bon. So he explained to me like, nah, man, K-Bon's the one that's doing all the old school rapper issues. So then I was like, all right, this is my bro right here. This is what he got, this is what he's doing. It inspired me too while I was in there to know, because I seen K-Bon, like I know K-Bon as not the rapper, because that's before my time. I know K-Bon as the street gangster. So with that being said, while I was in there and I hear K-Bon doing all this positive stuff for the community, and you know, he took me and Adam our first time to like a showcase with Jim Jones' moms there, the love they gave and everything. Like a little bit when I was sitting in this box, you know, when you doing time in solitary confinement, you think about so much stuff. So I'm like, damn, bro, I don't want to keep coming through this situation. So I gotta find something right. But then I'm like, yo, K-Bon is like me, older than me, but look at what he's doing. So I got a man like him that's in the game, doing right things. Why can I not come out and do right things? Then I learned you get love when you respect it and you solid. So this is why it comes back to I never told, and the love I'm getting now is because my upbringing that I've learned from like this gentleman and learned from a bunch of other ones. Shout out to my man Luisa, rest in peace.
Shout out Luisa.
Ralphie, you know, my man Fats, good dudes that I was raised around that taught me dignity as a man, showed me it's not the money you can have. What means more than money is your principles and morals as a man.
Yeah.
And as long as you got principles and morals as a man, no matter where you stand, you're gonna be good. I've done seen K-Bon from 183rd for 2 years. I've done seen K-Bon out of town for 4 years. I've done seen K-Bon on Mohegan. I've done seen K-Bon on Bushwick. And this man always has marched by himself.
Yeah.
I mean, following
always,
him,
yeah.
Because when you're a leader, you always gonna have people that follow you. But you know, like this podcast basically and everything that me and Adam put together, we put together, is basically this is one of my inspirations as in like taught me, bro.
Yeah, mine as well. Yeah. Yeah. So you changed 2 people's
And
lives.
you gotta jump out. And you gotta jump out and try other things.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like I didn't know I could be a writer. You know what I'm saying? I graduated from college and all that. But I ain't no writer. You know, I know how to write around. But then when Ray put me in that position and said, yo, well, you write it.
Yeah.
Well, I was supposed to be back down now because if yo, he giving me a shot, not only a shot, now he put me in a whole different position. And I did that for years. And I took that from there, then started writing for the Hip Hop Weekly. Same thing with Adam.
Yeah.
When he came through a lot of things, well, God, man, all right, well, I'm gonna put you to do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, step out there. You gotta step out your box.
Yeah. Yeah.
He put me in that position.
Yeah.
He said, yo, man, you know what? You gotta start putting on a suit. I'm like, man, I ain't putting on no suit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta do other things.
I saw you that on Facebook.
Yeah, I said, I gotta start doing other things.
Dang.
But right now, he could go and pull out 100 pictures where I had a suit on.
Yeah.
I had to jump out the box and step into another box.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In order to elevate onto what you're doing.
Stepping stone.
Yeah, you can't stay in that same circle.
Mhm.
And a lot of us is built on staying in that same circle. A lot of us is built on, well, I'm gonna be the hottest here. Nah, nigga, you gotta bring that everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
Everywhere.
why he tell you, I gotta bring him everywhere.
Yeah.
Yo, come on, man, we going over there. We going down there.
Yeah. We in
On such and such,
Baltimore,
yeah, we out. We on Baltimore.
watching them film The Wire.
We out.
Like,
we
we
going
out.
there. We going
Yeah.
there. We going there. That's the only way you're gonna get to mingle and get to know people. But at the same token, you can't be running around with this new era stuff talking about you gotta opt in and opt in and opt in because that's gonna limit your chances of networking with people.
That's a fact, man. A lot of
No,
niggas
it is.
Adam knows, man.
Yeah.
It's new to this man right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's supposed to be each one teach one, but a lot of people get into each one beat one, and then that's where the hate, the jealousy, the envy,
Yeah.
and all that. Instead of being, you're supposed to be proud of somebody doing something. You know, they got the podcast here. I'm here to support them. When I'm doing something, support. You know, I got a. We made a song out. Adam hooked up a whole thing on
Clubhouse. Yeah.
I never heard of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm in new
Yeah,
era.
yeah,
Who Clubhouse we going to, man? I don't hang out with nobody
yeah,
Clubhouse no more.
Yeah.
I'm a grown man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But this online, you know, it's a whole new way for me to get out and meet people and network, you know, and it was good. I like it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm
No,
on
it
it
was
to
good.
today. I still got the
Yeah.
hook up, you know, jump on the here and there, but
Well, there you go.
yeah, it's dope.
So, Benzino says write the damn articles.
Yeah.
Do it yourself.
Yeah.
Who was the first guy that you wrote about? Who'd you interview? Who was your first interview?
The first one is my brother, man, that I've been everywhere with, even used to be in Baltimore, lived
Yeah.
with him and everything, the Chief Rocker, Busy B.
Busy B.
You know, I had to go see Busy B first.
Yo, he had me in Baltimore.
Yeah.
I'm at Busy B's house.
Go to the
He
Chief
got
Rocker.
pictures everywhere with everybody you could think of. He got China sets. He got this. He got that. I was like, ah, man, this is crazy. You know, Busy B. You, as you know, my generation, we're used to the paid in full movie.
Yeah.
So you hearing Brucie B, Busy B, and I'm like, yo, I'm at that guy's house.
Yeah, the Chief Rocker
You know, so you Busy B. After Busy B
was Curtis Blow.
was Curtis Blow. How did that process even happen? And how long did it take you guys to, you know, for you to interview him?
Well, you know, I know, like I said, I already knew all of these dudes, you know what I'm saying, from when I was young.
Mhm.
So to get in contact with them was quick.
Okay.
But then, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, and to let them know that right now what I'm doing is bringing you out.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
taking the dust off you. Because don't forget, at that time when I was doing the Iconz articles, old school's over.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to hear nothing but the old school.
No.
It was done.
No.
It was completely 1% done.
Mhm.
And then once we started putting them in the Source magazine again, everybody started getting back on. People
Mhm.
started doing shows again. You know, now you start seeing them, oh man, this dude right here, he did it. They start snatching them back, getting tours again. You know, Grandmaster Kaz and all them, snatch them back up, you know.
Mhm. What about Rakim? You did Rakim?
Now, but Rakim ain't that old to be in that era.
Got it,
you know what
got
I'm
it,
saying?
okay.
So Rakim wasn't a part of Iconz. Like I
Mhm.
took that back to like the Crash Crew.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? The Cold Crush Brothers. You know,
That's
DJ
crazy.
Cool, DJ AJ, that's my dude. But I couldn't do AJ with Curtis Blow
Mhm.
because both of them is two different entities,
Yeah.
even though they was together. So you know what I'm saying? I had to do separate, man. You know,
Okay.
rest in peace,
Now,
DJ AJ.
the Source magazine gets sold.
DJ Quick, I mean, you know, I did a lot of brothers. DJ
Mhm.
Kid, I mean, you know, a lot of brothers, man. You know, it's everywhere, you know.
So the Source magazine, they get sold. Now it's Hip Hop Weekly, right? That's a totally different company.
Yeah.
How was that transition from the
Well,
Source to Hip Hop Weekly?
You know, when the Source switched over, you know, like a different company took over that. And a lot of people had the opportunity to stay there, you know, but I'm a lawyer, you do.
Mm.
So when Ray them wrote, I wrote.
Okay.
So I went, you know, it was out of Miami. I did the Hip Hop Weekly with them for about 2 years, you know. And then, you know, they started doing other things. I started doing other things. It was more like, you would have to move to Miami, but I'm always been a family-orientated dude.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I got 5 kids, man. I just can't leave my kids
Yeah.
and be going from Miami and then New York. I just can't do that. So,
Mhm.
you know, let me stay here.
Okay.
That's more important at this
Yeah,
time.
yeah, no, definitely.
Because they all of age like they are now. Now they all going. Now I can go anywhere.
Yeah,
move,
you can do
know,
whatever you
shit.
want.
Open up now to Miami. I'm moving tomorrow.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So now you have a company called I Am My Community.
Yes.
How did that come about? What was that process like for you when you even thought about doing something like that?
Well, I never thought about doing nothing like that, honestly speaking. But you know, always being a leader, and then always being the one who people always came to when it's some problems. Hey, yo, man, I got a problem with this dude. And being that I know everybody, I'm like, yo, I can squash that.
Yeah.
You know, being from the community and everybody always knew me, and then being from a mixed community, especially now when it was mixed. Like I said, when I first moved up here, it was Italians, Albanians, Yugoslavians, Irish people. I mingle with all of them, so we all consider each other brothers. You know what I'm saying? It's my brother, it's my sister. So when other people was getting in other situations, I was able to bring that. Now, to get into this anti-violence thing, never planned on getting to that. Well, anyway, you know, like, I was, at the time, I never planned on getting into no anti-violence thing, none of that. I was hustling hard. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And a good friend of mine, one of my brothers, Mata, called me. He was like, yo, man, I got a job for you. I didn't think that it was a job, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, you ain't do no job. You know, I think it was street stuff.
Shout out to Mata,
you know?
Mata.
So I'm like, yeah, you know, what's going on? So I'll make it down. It's a snowstorm. I'm talking about a terrible storm. And nothing moved in Maine when it's a snowstorm. So I couldn't move. I broke my neck, and I finally made it to Boston. As soon as I got to Boston, the news lady was outside doing an interview, and the wind just snatched her and took her down the block. Literally, she flew down the block. So I finally get inside the thing. I called Martha. I'm like, yo, you know, I'm on my way to New York. You know, you gonna meet me at this and that. He said, I gave the guy your number. Now, you know, we don't give people nobody number, man. I'm like, yo, who you gave my number to, man? He like, yo, man, what type of job you talking about? I'm talking about a job. I said, brother, man, wait up, man. Did I ever put an application and told you I'm looking for a job, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell made you think I needed a job, man? You know what I'm saying? So he broke it down. He's like, yo, man, you know about the community, and you know a lot of people. You probably could do it. I can't go back to Maine because the snowstorm. So I'm coming to New York. Fuck it, I ain't got nothing to lose. Let me go to the job then. I get there, and it's something that I'm really interested in. You know, it's like helping the kids. It's actually all the stuff that I really want to do anyway. So from that day on, I 100% killed all the gambling, all the hustling, the drinking, all that's dead. Because if you're going to lead in the right direction, you got to be 100% in the right direction. You can't be dipping and dabbing or it ain't going to work. So I had to let everything go, you know what I'm saying? This going on 8 years, done. With the drinking, the partying, the hanging out all night, I got to dedicate towards this. I started working with a program that was only dealing with like gun violence. Me being from the community, like I said, and me knowing everybody, people coming to me with different problems. People start, you know, I know people that got housing problems. I know people that got divorce problems. I know people that got court problems. Like, it's so many different problems, you know what I'm saying? Homeless problems. You know what I'm saying? So I said, man, you know, I can't just focus on the gun violence. So me and that job came to some type of thing, you know, and respectfully, I went on my own way. I started my own thing called I Am My Community, Inc. So that way, you know, I can deal with everybody in the community. You know, in that I Am My Community, Inc., you know, we deal with public safety, but we promote it through mental health awareness. You know, more people, you know, if people in my community have more different problems than just guns. So I started my own thing, I Am My Community, Inc. So, you know, we have people dealing with homeless issues, we have people dealing with family matters, we have people dealing with child custody matters, you know, so many different things in the community. So we came to some type of understanding, and I started my own thing called I Am My Community, Inc. And I Am My Community, we promote public safety, mental health awareness, parenthood classes. Yeah, we got an anti-violence thing too, where, you know, people get shot, killed in our community. We got nothing to do with the police. But at the same token, from using discreet credibility and knowing everybody, I'll be able to reach out and find out who did what to who, why, and try to bring them to you know what I'm saying, the size of the government. So we ain't got to be out here shooting and killing each other. Because it go back to each one teach one, kids, and not each one beat one, man. You know? And it's important for us as adults and as, we know each other. But it's important for our kids to know each other. Because we not outside every day. These kids is outside. So when people are having cookouts and family events, and you having cookouts and parties, sometimes in a couple of them events, you be like, you know what, we're going to have family day. And don't show up unless you bring your kids. You know what I'm saying? When you show up, bring your kids. So my kids can know your kids, his kids can know her kids, and everybody can know. Because your kid may be across town somewhere. There may be an altercation going on, but they know each other. Oh, no, that's my family right there. They able to, but if they don't know each other, they may be a part with the people that's actually trying to harm each other.
That's
you know,
the problem.
It's important for us to get that out there.
That's the problem. So now I'm hearing that you're working with Empire.
Yeah.
Talk to me about Empire. What's going on with that?
Well, I got a distribution deal with Empire under 105 Records and Ron East. So the name of my label is What's the Word? And I got artists Lex IV, you know what I'm saying? I got X-Men, I got myself, Lord K. Bond, you know what I'm saying? We got some artists out. We got Masters of Ceremony, we got Chef in the Kitchen, we got a couple of brothers out.
And talk to me about that process. How did that even happen with Empire?
Well, go back to a young dude that I know from the Bronx that, I basically raised and all that and helped out. He moved to San Francisco.
Okay.
So him and the guy that owned Empire, they like close friends and stuff like that. So when they reached out to me, they really want me to do, for me to be an artist on the label. But then again, like I said, I know everybody.
Yeah.
So, if I can't come out, I come out by myself. Everybody, yeah, you okay, man? What up, man? You put me on. I got 1,000 people coming.
Yeah.
So for that, let me just start the whole label, and we all come out, Each one teach one, it's enough for everybody.
Crazy. So let me ask you,
out here to be fighting over,
today's 9/11,
yes.
September 11th. Do you remember what was going on that day with you? Were you in New York?
First of all, I'd like to give a big shout out and respect to all the people that passed away.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to all our family members and my family, including my father, that was in the service, you know what I'm saying?
My grandfather too.
So,
we just found out when he died that he was a first responder.
Yeah, look,
we didn't even know.
Look, you know what I'm saying? So big shout out to them.
Yeah.
Our family members that went out.
So where were you at? Were you in New York when that happened?
To tell you the truth, I was standing around here.
Yeah.
And we was out here chilling, doing the regular thing. And somebody said, yo, man, the first one or the second one. So, the 9/11, because don't forget they hit the joint before the world trip, but on the 9/11 one, we was out here. And believe it or not, when they told us that, we was like, nah, man, I can't believe it, man. I couldn't believe it. We went to 183rd Street and went on the roof, 183rd and Creston Avenue, and went on the roof, and you could see all the way to the World Trade Center.
Wow. You saw all that
We
smoke.
was watching all the smoke come up out of this and all that. And for like the next 1 or 2 months, I never felt like I felt in all my life. Like the togetherness it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was like you could go anywhere and everybody was on about love and about let's be together as a community, let's be together as people. It didn't matter what color you was, it didn't matter what size you was. And that showed me that when fear comes, people change. And you shouldn't have to wait for fear to come for you to be a good person.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to be a good person because they thought they was going to die.
Yeah.
So like, I don't want to die as a bad person. Oh, how you doing, brother? Or, yo, how you doing? So everybody was cool. You should be a good person every day.
K-Boy, man, I appreciate you so much, brother. You're a mentor. You changed 2 people's lives.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I have to
So, people say if I could at least change 1 kid's life, I'm happy. You did 2.
Right here.
Alright?
That's right.
You did 2, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. So.
What's going on, world? This is your boy Adam from FTC NYC. Want to give a big shout out to my boy Fujimoto, our sponsor. Make sure y'all go pick that up ASAP.
Thank you.